Welcome back, everyone. I wanted to take a look at a couple charts today because we are projecting some serious numbers here with this recent run up. We are currently projecting our third green day in a row. This is really what I meant when I say that Doge is seeking equilibrium after that big push down. We are building the momentum again, and we know that this has the potential to break out from where we are now and really just start that second leg. 3 days into this run, we will see if we're going to be able to break and hold the 18 mark, which is going to be really bullish for breaking into the 20s. But more importantly, on the weekly here, we're about to break a very important zone here. This 382 on the fib here. I have it reaching back to the peak of the run here back in 2021. I could zone in a little further. That's why I'm using the range somewhere between 26 and 30 cent, because even if I narrow the window here, it's still projecting a decent run up here. So pretty much that's a run from where we are now at about 18 cent to anywhere between 26 and 30 cent. So a significant run here, and yes, that would confirm the beginning of leg two. So because this is a very wide zone that we are about to break into, I'm going to zoom in real quick. So this is where we are. This is a very wide zone here to have this run, and this is absolutely perfect here because you'll see here those gapped from this zone and literally skipped and went into the next. That's how bullish this weekly trend is, because we're about to have our second um, weekly trend actually close higher. This is one of the highest weekly trends we've had in over a year. So this is very, very, very important. So I'm looking forward to seeing this trend here, and if we're going to close above it, because as you can see, we've had a couple push downs out of this zone, but right now we're beginning right here on the cusp of the zone. So we are in really, really great shape to have this run through this area. So anywhere in this zone here is going to be absolutely a blessing, and just look forward to this next leg up here. So this is why I'm saying that we could. And let me backtrack here. So the reason I'm saying 26 to 30 cent, because I know we talked about the 21 cent push down and stuff, is because I'm putting it out there because what we did last time is, if you guys remember, technically and based off of history, we were supposed to have some struggles with 12 cent on the last run. But as we know, with this run, Dogecoin is not only running early, it's running more aggressively. So we pretty much had no trouble with 12 cent at all. And we went to the next resistance point, which is a 15-16 mark. Like, we literally just obliterated 12 cent. So that's why I'm saying that if we have this run, a break above here on the weekly, then we can certainly have that projection here to maybe not even have any trouble with the lower 20s and go directly to the mid 20s to the upper 20s. And we're going to take a look here at a shorter time frame in a moment, just to kind of confirm this, because they're both hinting at the same thing here. So this is a very, very great position that we're in based off of where we are attempting to close. And I'll give you both scenarios so you can kind of have a good feel as far as whether or not we close at some of these higher levels. And I'll even give you another scenario, even if we don't. But both of these trends, no matter how you look at them, are both bullish trends. So we're going to take a look at those. But right now, this is really, really great. We will see where this actually closes. But right now, I believe that we're going to we have the momentum to have our third green day actually close. So I don't think it's I'm not gonna say it's unlikely, but I'll be really surprised if we, in fact, did not close at least green today. It doesn't necessarily have to be above or any of those targets, but I'd be very surprised if we closed red or down. So let's go here and look at a different chart. So the other scenario that I wanted to give is the fact that if we, let's say, for example, we get rejected around the 18, 19 cent range, this is another bullish trend that we are kind of projecting here, which is like an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So pretty much what we could happen is we could have this push down to grab some additional liquidity here. But the important thing is that this is the last shoulder, because technically this would fill out something like, pretty much this would build the last shoulder here, and we'd have something like that. And then typically it's a breakout like that. So that is another scenario if we had that push down. So if that's the case, then if you wanted to get something around 15, that would possibly be like your last chance. But Typically, we don't hit these numbers again unless there's somewhat of a pullback, kind of like here we have this like little brief crash here, but then we quickly regained equilibrium and went back to test 18, kind of like what we projected. But after we go to the next leg, those levels aren't reached again, typically until the consolidation of the total run, aka the end of the bull run. So it's kind of like saying at this point, like it's like being on leg 2 of the bull run at like 30 cent, 35 cent, whatever that peak is before we're going into the next one, and saying, hey, is it a chance we're going to get 8 cent? Not even a question until the end of the run. So this is kind of like the other scenario, which would kind of buy us a little bit more time to kind of grab some here. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to see where we close at, because it's totally probable that we just run from here and just we get that break above 18, 19, like we were talking about in the other chart, and just literally just go from here. And we'll lay out those floors and stuff based off of where that push down is and where we're going to grab that liquidity. So that's ultimately what we're looking at. We can take a look here at shorts, because I want to see how they're reacting, because this is going to put them. So they're not confident right now. They are increasing their position, to say the least. So this is going to be very interesting. I'm interested to see how deep they're going to go, because in the event we have that tear, that run from what is it, like an 18 cent to like 26 cent, if we have that gap, they are going to get destroyed again. And you guys know how I love covering shorts. It'll be very fun to watch. So that's what we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on here to see if they're going to take a more aggressive position. Hopefully they come to around the 200-day average, and then we have that tear. Then we're going to see a big red candle as they're getting bent over. So that's going to be very interesting to watch going forward. Let's take a look here overall at the market to kind of get an idea of capital and inflow. Yeah, Bitcoin's on a tear too. So yeah, they're having this run. Bitcoin may have this retest at 73 soon. 2 big green candles, really 3 green days for Bitcoin as well so far. 2 green days, 3 is unconfirmed. I'll say that. Same thing for Doge. 2 green days, 30 is unconfirmed, but it's very unlikely that we'll get this big push down. So there's a lot of capital flowing into the market now. So now where we close at today across the board is going to be very, very telling. And again, Bitcoin's green candle as far as the capital flow is very indicative of what's going on. So Bitcoin, what am I doing? I don't want to draw anything. Bitcoin shorts are going through the floor, so they're moving out of the way. See, Bitcoin shorters are much more have much more intelligence than the people that short Doge. So they're down 40% for the day. Bitcoin shorters are getting out of the way. Doge is like, yeah, we're going to continue shorting, even though the market is projecting bullishness. So we'll see how that works out for them. I need to learn how to spell, and then we'll be okay. There we go. So that's what happened now. I provide another update to see kind of how this plays out. But I give you the 2 scenarios. We are certainly projecting a run to the 26, 30 cent range if we're able to have those closures. So that's something to keep an eye on, and we will certainly do that here. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. We are going to hit 100K this year. I want you guys to be in that first 100K, especially if you've been watching me for a while and you find value here. Let me know in the comment sections if you have any questions, your thoughts on this, whether you think we're going to have that tear to start off leg 2. And I will see you guys in the next video.